All right, guys, here we go. In this quick video, we're going to take a look at micro futures oil, micro futures gold, and silver. And we're going to start off with the oil first. We had a couple of factors here that told us that we were going to possibly go lower on oil here. So that's why we jumped on board. And we had the 20 and then this measured move, that red dash line that our Patreon members know about. And then, we went short, but we were stopped out earlier. Okay. One of the most important things you can do is, no matter how much experience you have, is to set up your stop loss right after you make your entry. Okay. And then we showed you that here. We got stopped out, then had to re-enter our short position on micro futures oil. And so far, so good is playing out well for us. Now let's go ahead and go to the DXY because it's really dictating a lot of what's going on here, overnight and then into this morning and today. And let me throw the 50 up here. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, going on 4 days in a row. We haven't been able to get up and over the 50 or this significant low pivot consolidation zone. And, that was previous support. And then even going back here had become resistance, okay, as you can see. And then we do have some measured move areas here, significant price location that may provide some support for the DXY, which is very important to note because that'll make a downdraft. If we start pumping here, like I said, we moved up. If we get a shallow pullback, then high odds, high probability that we could run up to this 105 region, up into this high pivot up here, okay? And then if that happens, that's going to put more pressure on gold and silver to the downside. And so let's take a look at those real quick. And I'll tell you a secret about this. All right, here's our gold on the daily chart. We're short gold through the micro futures. And as you can see, we had, three days kind of to the upside, but we were putting in wicks here. So that told us that possibly this was going to be a head fake and then a rollover. And it hasn't rolled over completely because we want it to close, get at least a daily close under that blue dash line, okay? And then that will give us higher odds, higher probability that price will be shoved down to this next, support zone region there around 1830. Okay, but in the meantime, we're short. The reason why I had that gray line on there, if you watch very many of our videos, we only keep two, which are the most important moving averages on your chart, the 20 and the 200. You don't need, 500, moving averages on here. Well, that's a video for another day. But anyway, we got under the 8 exponential moving average, and we will stay there until we get a close above it, meaning short. Okay, so that's how we play it on the conservative side. And then also that green dash line gave us extra confidence that we're going to roll over because we weren't able to get above it. And our, the micro futures, introduction to micro futures trading course, I'll link it below in the description if you want to take a look at that. It gives you all these tricks and then, a whole lot more. But anyway, let's go to silver. And we did 3 contracts. And for about a total of, $6,100 invested. And then as our measured move here continues to the downside and we get around $21, depending on, again, the DXY, if it has a shallow pullback and then continues to the upside, we could see more downside on silver. And we're going to stay short silver. We caught the fake, head fake up here. And that's in our course, how to spot those. As you see, they did it twice here. And the secret was, I'll just go ahead and give you that one too. We were in this inside bar. In other words, that green candle there, as you can see, we were trading inside there. And, we wicked under it, above it, had a little, barely a little close above it here. And, but what we were looking for, well, this this little involved up here how we got into it, but that's explained in the course. But anyway, when we finally got that close under the inside bar, in other words, that green big candle here, that gave us a lot of confidence that we are going to get continuation to the downside, which, obviously we're doing now. And here's our 8 exponential. We haven't put in a candle up and over it. However, we are getting a little consolidation here. So we'll see if that continues. And then the longer it continues, higher odds, higher probability that, we're building a base. As you can see, at a low pivot here, high pivot there. We're kind of in the middle of that, holding pretty good price action actually. And we could, pop up and out of that zone pretty good. Okay. And that's another little trick. If you have a down, let me take everything, I'll start from scratch. If you have a big sell-off like this, technically, if you think about it, that's all one big red candle, okay? And then in order to reverse after a big, I got to use this part over here to give more distance on the right. Have a big red candle, and then you can trade sideways until the bad memory of that big, kind of like in life, maybe a bad example, but you had a bad experience here. Well, the further away you get, less of that memory, that you have, sometimes, and then you can pull up and out of that experience. Well, same here, big red candle, sell off, dump here, go sideways for a while, and then you can push back up to the upside. Okay. All right, guys. Hope you learned something here. Appreciate you watching. Give us a follow on Twitter. And if you'd like to, learn how to do this yourself, check out the link below for our introduction to micro futures trading. Thank you.